Hey YouTube, welcome back to the channel. My name is Tan. This video has been a long time in the making. I've been trying to make this video for so long and I just haven't had the chance, and that's why I'm filming it at 1 in the morning.
I'm tired, boss.
Today we're going to take a gander at the beautiful, fully loaded flagship machine by DRAGONHAWK, the X7. This video will be long because I'm going to try to cover every single thing, every single aspect of these presets. If you guys don't care to know about any of that stuff and just want to hear what I think about the machine, just jump to the time on the screen right now. But if you decide to stay and watch the whole thing, cool, I appreciate it. So when Mastlabs Crystal sent me a message saying that they had an X7 with my name on it,
Nice.
they did send the machine for review, but it's not a paid review. My comments and opinions are my own. They have not been pre-approved in any shape or form. A link to their store will be in the description. I make no money from it. I'm simply linking it because they sent the machine, and that's where I purchase all my DRAGONHAWK products. So if you're interested in buying WJX, Mastlabs, or DRAGONHAWK products, they got you covered. They offer a warranty on most of their machines. Customer service with them is the best I've tried, and that's why I stuck with them. If I'm being honest, this machine piqued my interest when I first saw it, for one reason. And folks, that is this here, the Smart AI chip. Let's see what it says. When turned the power on the chip, inside will sense the required operating mode and do the output to real-time adjustment to make the tattoo machine runs stable. What did you just say to me? I'm sure the typos won't trickle down into the inner workings of the machine. The cognitive chip will sense the resistance of the needle piercing the skin, adjust the motor torque in time to ensure the best piercing strength. Any skin area can be easily colored. Machines upwards of $1,000 don't offer this feature, but you are offering it at under $200?
Okay, color me convinced.
DRAGONHAWK. Google Translate is amazing. Word prediction on Google Translate is amongst the best. Now you know.
Now we know.
And knowing is half the battle.
If you're an American like me, hopefully you're not a dingleberry like me, because I went on an internet journey that changed my life forever. After finding things like Double Whopper with mayo and Jiffy Feet, don't look this stuff up please, I was finally able to decipher what this machine was trying to tell me. Essentially, it claims to have intelligent give. Now, I don't know how I feel about intelligent give, if I'm being honest. I think I'd rather have the control to adjust the give to whatever setting I need it to be, depending on the situation, you know what I mean? Like, how does the machine know if it's a woman or a man? Because to me, that matters. I work with less voltage and a lighter hand on most women, and I work with a moderate voltage with a heavier hand on men, because I feel like I can work faster on men than I can do on women. How does the machine know what area of the body we're working on? For example, eyelids, ears, necks, ribs, the palm of the hand. These are all different areas, and some of these areas require a heavier hand and some of them require a lighter hand. How does the machine know? One more. How does the machine know what cartridge it's using? How does it know I want stipple shading? How does it know I want a solid line? How does it know I want textured shading or a smooth shading? How does it know? How does it know if I'm using a round liner or a magnum? The world may never know. So again, to me, I feel like give is welcomed, but it should be set to what I want it to be, not what the machine thinks I want it to be. Quick note for those of you that don't know, give is the strength of the hit. In other words, more give means a softer hit, less give means a harder hit. Zero give means the machine is going to hit hard. Some people are going to feel it. But give is possible on direct drive machines because of the brushless motor, an amazing piece of tech, and I welcome it. I basically had to learn how to tattoo all over again because of the give on this machine. It's quite aggressive, and usually when I get a new machine, I have to kind of calibrate my hand to that machine because most machines are tuned differently.
6 watts. These motors in all tattoo machines can be programmed. They're programmable motors. So if you're a manufacturer, you can go in and buy a motor and pay a little bit extra for research and put in your own like program on it.
Guys, no joke. He is the reason why I know about this programming, because I would always wonder, like, why is my 3.5 direct drive machine running differently from this other 3.5 direct drive machine that I have? And I searched the internet, and guess what? He's the only one that clarified that for me. After that, I became a subscriber, and I would recommend go subscribe. At the very least, check him out. I'll put a link to this video here in the description. Go check it out, guys. He gets more in depth on that. So like I was saying, I had to tune my hand to this machine, but it felt harder with this machine because of the convoluted menu and the way you operate the machine. Everything just seems a little more tedious. It breaks the norm when it comes to just using a tattoo machine. This machine takes it a step further into complicating things for no good reason, and you'll see why. In the box, we get 3 O-rings. We get a very confusing instruction manual. If I'm being honest with you, skip the manual. Just play with the machine. You know what I mean? Just learn what the buttons do. The only thing useful about this manual is the button layout. That's it. So this can fuck right off. This machine comes with 3 buttons, as you can see right here. We get the B button, A button, and C button. Okay. In other words, power button, voltage down, voltage up. These are plastic buttons, but they feel very tactile. We get a ratchet grip or a click style grip. Settle down. But remember, this is a flagship machine, so Dragonhawk gave us a second function to the grip. And that second feature is that the position of the cartridge stays locked in place, even while you're adjusting the stroke. So you no longer have to spin your machine around to get that needle to be backed up against that tip when you're pulling lines or whatever. You don't need it, but I appreciate it. This is the XNet vein, and notice how the cartridge spins with the grip. Features a 33mm grip. Actually, the entire machine is 33mm, 133mm tall, or 5¼ inches for us here in America. Not one, but 2 1800 milliamp hour batteries. To get those bad boys inside of your robot dong, we're gonna do a bit of finger bang action. Yeah, I said that. Dragonhawk has included a nice little sticker that indicates the orientation of the battery. Amongst that icon are various other icons, like the ever useful do not throw away with regular trash icon, and various icons that I can't be bothered to figure out what they mean. Dragonhawk has included a beautiful 1-inch LCD display, very vibrant display. It's not gonna help you tattoo better, but it's there. This machine weighs 213 grams, so not heavy, not light, average. This machine is aluminum. Very nice feeling machine, very solid feeling machine. Nothing feels cheap about it. It feels solid. Voltage goes up by 0.1 and goes down by 0.1. Press and hold if you want to adjust your voltage faster. This machine has the ramp up feature enabled every single time the machine starts. So this display gives us a timer, very useful. We get a very accurate battery icon, so you can see it drop in real time. We get the current voltage in big, bold numbers. We get this L icon, we get this volt icon, and we get this big A7 icon. This is the default screen. Do you see that little white rectangle? That's the cursor. Learn to use that. When the word volt is highlighted by that cursor, this is the only way to use the machine the way you would use any other tattoo machine. So pause and continue, voltage up, voltage down, your basic tattoo machine shenanigans. To pause the machine, double click on the power button. You guys heard that right. And double click again to continue. This machine took us there. Double click. Not only did they change the name of the buttons to now double clicking on buttons. All this can be avoided if you would just add a 4th button for the preset menu, and only for that. we got a charger included in the box. You can only charge one battery at a time, but that's fine because you're going to be using one battery at a time. Charging from 0 to 100% takes about an hour 30 to an hour 45 depending on the charging brick that you use. To turn on and off the machine, you have to press and hold the power button. I'm sorry, the A button for 3 seconds. First thing we're greeted with is that Dragonhawk logo, just in case you forgot you bought a Dragonhawk machine, or in case you forget you're using a Dragonhawk machine, or just in case you happen to not notice the Dragonhawk name and logo blasted in the middle of this machine. Now, if you want to use the machine without learning the menus, this default screen right here, the one that's the screen that comes on every single time you turn on and off the machine, this is your default screen. This is the only place to adjust the voltage, pause, and continue. If you press the A button or power button once, we are now on the L icon. So we have two options. We can either go into the L menu, or we can go into the A7 menu. So let's go into the L.
What the hell am I looking at?
Simple interface. Who needs it? Who wants it? Not me. Not you guys. Give me some complicated shit, Dragonhawk. We crave that. Come on, Dragonhawk. We like simple stuff because we're not the brightest. I mean, there was a time, not too long ago I might add, when people were swallowing Tide Pods. Yeah. They were filming themselves on their mobile devices and posting it to social media. Documenting self-stupidity. That tells you everything about us. And YouTube, if you're one of them, no offense, bro. I'm just saying we're all in that same bucket. We want easy stuff. We're not critical thinkers, if I'm being honest. Some people believe Apple when they say it's a Retina display. No, it's not. It's made by Samsung, and Samsung calls it an LCD display. Why are you calling it a Retina display?
Insanity! We are dumb as a species!
Mind blown. Get with the program, you Apple sheep. You're disgusting. I'm kidding. I have an iPhone too. But I have way more Android devices, trust me. Way more. I actually prefer Android over iOS. But that's just me. Dragonhawk, did you guys know that other artists reviewed your machines and they did a piss poor job at making these reviews? And I'm not blaming them or talking bad about them. I kind of almost did that. But you guys deserve to know what your money is buying you. I'm not saying those guys are wrong. Trust me. I'm with them 100%. They all said, take the presets out. And I agree with them. It's pointless. But I'm going to cover them anyway. If you still haven't given up on this machine, well, hold on, because it only gets harder not to give up on it. So pressing the A button once takes us into the L menu. Entering this L menu is where we have the categories menu. It's like menus for menus. It's like Inception, but for a tattoo machine. Anyway, we have line, shader, totem. Self-explanatory, except totem. I guess that would be totem. Color, packing, tribal. We have line A7 and B9. According to Dragonhawk, they are calling it humanized preset parameters. Dragonhawk, that phrase sounds anti-human if I'm being honest. That's like saying cybernetic flesh variables. It's fucking weird. We have A7. Basic lining level, suitable for round liner cartridge up to 7 round liner or for beginners. The preset voltage is 7 volts. That's fairly simple to understand, right? That's understandable. Next we have B9. B9, advanced lining level, for more than 9 round liner cartridge or professional tattoo artist use. Preset voltage value of 9 volts. It's starting to get a little dicey. The road is starting to get a little bumpy, but hey, we're still there. We can still understand that. We have C6 under shader. Basic shading level for 9 mags within the mag cartridge or for beginners to use. Preset voltage value of 6 volt. Now, the road is getting bumpier. We're driving through trenches now. D10 under shader. Advanced lining gear, suitable for up to 11 mag needles or for beginners. Preset voltage value is 10 volts. So if we were driving through trenches, we basically crashed. It's no way to say it. We crashed. The car is no longer moving. I feel like Dragonhawk is just throwing words at us like advanced lining gear, beginner, mags, suitable. That's all it's doing. Now with this one, Dragonhawk threw the biggest brick to our face. Let's read it. E8. Totem level. Also suitable for totem style work. Preset voltage value is 8 volts.
What the fuck?
Okay. Totem style. Let's Google totem. A natural object or animal that is believed by a particular society to have spiritual significance and that is adopted by it as an emblem. Okay, so like I was saying, that was the biggest brick to the face that Dragonhawk can throw at us. Let's carry on. So if we decide to get into one of these presets, let's say A7, right? It was already on A7. It will always start on A7. Every time you start the machine, it will always land on A7. But let's get into this A7. Since it's the first one there, we can actually increase and decrease the voltage within this. See that? It's now 8.3. Let's do another one. 8.3, right? So let's go to B9. 9.9. See that? So you can definitely change the voltage within the presets. This is true for all the presets. Let me tell you why that's a bad thing and why it's pretty much pointless. One can simply adjust the voltage by pressing on the buttons. You don't have to go into the presets. And if you can change the voltage on the presets, that kind of defeats the purpose of the preset, right? Because here you're telling us that each preset is for almost some kind of specific person and cartridge, yet you can adjust the voltage and change it kind of like almost the preset doesn't matter, right?
Again, it's like people just don't understand basic computer concepts. How do we go from a society that had to learn computers back in the early 90s to not even knowing what a fucking application file is?
Am I right or am I wrong? Am I tripping on that one? This machine could have been way cheaper without all these preset BS things on there. Also, I forgot to mention this machine has a brushless motor. I like the brushless motor. Here's one of the first things for a Dragonhawk machine. Did you know this machine actually goes all the way up to 13 volts? If you're a self-taught tattoo artist, if you're teaching yourself, I'm not judging you. This machine might be helpful to you, but at the same time, it might not be because it's a soft-hitting machine. You know what I mean? Those presets, yeah, they're kind of useful, but they stop being useful once you use a different tattoo cartridge. The only reason you would want to get this is so that you can have a rough idea of what voltages to use for what cartridges, you know what I mean? Because you would have to have no access to the internet to not know these things, you know what I mean? Like I'm sure there's people out there, there's 100 artists on YouTube telling you, okay, you know what, try lining, try 3.5 stroke on this motor with this voltage on this cartridge. You know what I mean? Like it's out there. I've seen it. It's out there. So the information that Dragonhawk is giving us isn't exactly new or some kind of secret. It's out there. You know what I mean? And for the most part, if you're new, I'm sure you're practicing. I hope you're practicing on fake skin, and that's where you're going to get the most of it. That's where you are going to learn techniques. You're going to learn to troubleshoot. Like, okay, my lines are not saturated. My shading isn't soft. My color packing is patchy. You know what I mean? Like that's where you learn all that. That's where you learn your techniques. So the whole preset thing, it's kind of pointless, Dragonhawk. There's no need for it. I see no need for it. Who is the machine for? Well, it's kind of difficult because it doesn't really shine in every aspect of tattooing. Like color packing, for example, it's not the best. You can do it, but there's other machines, cheaper machines from Dragonhawk that you can buy that are going to do a much better job. They're going to make it much easier and it's going to be faster and much more efficient than this machine. Lining, again, Dragonhawk has better lining machines. Dragonhawk has better, cheaper lining machines. The Lancer, the Archer, those are significantly better machines at lining. Significantly better. They're better for color, lining, not shading. For shading is where this machine shines. Shading is where this machine is going to be on par with the best of the best. It's up there with Bishops. It's up there with anything that you want to compare it to for shading. Any high-end machine, this machine is up there with any other machine that you would say this is the best for shading. This machine is right there with it because of the give on it. You have to try hard to overwork the skin as a seasoned artist. Now, if you're a beginner, Yeah, you can definitely overwork the skin, but again, you need to be trying. You need to be a complete dumbass, jack off, and not know a single thing. In order for you to damage the skin as a beginner with this machine, you have to be this person. I'm gonna order a new tattoo machine. I don't know jack squat about it, but hey, I'm gonna order one, and I'm gonna do a tattoo the second it comes in the mail. Oh look, my tattoo machine arrived today. Hey Dylan, my tattoo machine arrived today. You wanna get tatted? You know it, bro. Fuck my shit up, bro. I'ma hook you up, bro. That's the guy that's going to probably irritate the skin. And I'm still saying probably. That's how soft of a hit this machine has. So this machine is probably for that black and gray artist. But behind all the bells and whistles and all that complicated menu, that's pretty much the only person it's for. I mean, you can buy it and be a color artist or whatever kind of artist. You can buy it for sure. Go ahead, do it. I'm sure the machine can do whatever you want it to do, like any and most tattoo machines. What I'm trying to say is that this machine doesn't make it easier, it makes it more difficult. Like certain tattoo machines will make certain tattoos easier or more difficult. That's the best I can say about this machine. If you guys like the video, hit a like. If you guys dislike the video, hit a dislike. Questions or comments? Put it in the comments, guys. Again, YouTube, my name is Tan. Thank you for your time. Peace. Fuck my shit up, bro.